Hello, my friends. Whether you're a young person or a parent, I offer something that I call mentorship for youth and young adults. And my motivation, the reason that I'm offering this, is that I've been working with young people before in a school setting as a teacher for teenagers who drop out of normal school for different reasons. And very often what I see is that these young people, they lack good relations with grown-ups. And even if, one or even both parents are available and doing the best and seemingly things are working, young people, in biology, in evolution, it's not natural to only relate to one or two parents at home, that those are the only adults available. Sure, we have teachers at school and maybe if you're doing sports or in some other activities, there are grown-ups available. But, like a teacher in school, he or she won't really have time to really do personal follow-up and support, which is what young people need after all. What does a young person need? A young person needs acknowledgement, needs to be seen and validated, to feel self-worth, feel value, feel belonging, and to be guided, really. And I don't mean like in the normal parent sort of upbringing sense. When I'm talking about guidance, I'm talking about taking what is going on seriously, and for that young person to be around adults that are different. We carry so much baggage with our parents, and there's so much relational stuff going on that it's hard to get everything that we need from parents. And so traditionally, young people have other grown-ups, whether that person is, in an apprenticeship, or maybe it's extended family, or just, growing up on a farm where there are other adults working and so on. Young people will normally, under good circumstances, find adults who somehow represent or have qualities that they can recognize, that they are drawn to. This is how we learn life. We see grown-ups, approaching life's challenges and what's going on, how they approach it, how they deal with it. How does a grown-up deal with heartbreak, with sorrow, with losing someone, with difficult emotions, with rage and anger? What does it feel like to be next to someone, learning a skill? These are natural phenomena that are not available most of the time in our world. And although the sort of mentorship that I offer cannot replace, and it cannot be the same depth and follow-up that a personal day-to-day relationship will give, it's still an arena, a place where that young person can relax and talk and explore on his or her own terms. And where the other person, the mentor in this case, will also share, but from his or her own experience. What has happened in my life? How have I dealt with stuff? What was it like for me? What is it like for me? It's equal, it's egalitarian, but it also acknowledges the experience and therefore also the wisdom of the mentor or the adult. It's a supportive environment. It's an environment that doesn't try to know better. It's not about telling the young person what to do or what to experience. But it's a supportive environment to allow the exploration and for that young person to make his or her own experiences. And also perhaps a place to experience boundaries. Because inevitably, we get disappointed and friction happens and difficult emotions will come up, and it's human relations. But being with a grown-up who deals with this in a different way than the parents and will mirror back what it feels like, because a lot of young people today, either they are met with strictness and rejection in some way, or with a form of softness that it just gives way. It sort of allows, instead of setting a boundary, instead of meeting it with clarity and directness. And this is also necessary. Young people also need boundaries and know when it is needed. We only learn to navigate our humanity and our biology, our human systems, through honest and direct feedback, including emotional feedback. What does it feel like in me when you get angry with me, when you blame me, when you accuse me? How does it feel for me to be around your sorrow? Or other forms of emotional honesty? Or how do you think that it affects others when you behave in this way or in that way? It's endless, the avenues for exploration, for honest conversation. So perhaps there is a specific need or a specific challenge that is needed, that the young person needs support for. Or is it the parent that has an agenda here? That's also okay. But the mentorship is not really about the parent. It's about the young person. It's about support and making space for something that the parent is unavailable for whatever reason. So this mentorship that I offer, it is for the young person. But if it's a minor, it's with the involvement of parents, of course. It also involves conversations with the parents, both to help them understand what is going on, maybe what that person needs from the parents. And when I say parents, of course, I mean guardians also. It's a support that includes the parents, but not in order for the parents to get what they want. I cannot fix or change anyone. I can only listen and be there in unconditional love and mirror back what I see and be a friend. Like a true friend. And this is where all real change comes from in all of us. It's that friendly place. It's a friendly place that we have for ourselves, where there is not judgment and hatred for something in ourselves, where there is not shame and blame. And we need that mirrored from someone outside of ourselves a lot of the time, until that grows and becomes stable so that we can love ourselves unconditionally, which is not something that young people learn, because most adults have never learned it, so they can't pass it on. So this is an unconditional place of support and follow-up and it can be tailored to whatever need is there, as long as the parent knows that although they also get support, it's not really about them. It's about the quality of life and the future of the young person who's about to step in to the adult world. And the way that happens shapes that life. When we get the right support early on, that's when it makes the biggest difference. For most of us who have had challenges in life, it's only like in our 30s and onwards, middle age, sometimes when we get quite old, that we seek the help that we need. And it's just so much more work. So providing support for someone who's young, and like support that is not about changing, but about acknowledging and building worth and direction and responsibility. That is truly, truly valuable. And it's only possible with chemistry. So the young person involved would need to feel safe with me and like me. That's the easy way to say it. They will need to like me. So we get an impression, if that's possible, through a quick conversation, a short meeting. And then it's about building a relation. So the mentorship, I call it a mentorship because it's more long-term. And how that looks, how we figure it out, the frequency and so on, we'll find a way to solve that, to find out what's needed and what feels good. So, but this is all about agency. It's about autonomy. This is what we all need to feel and experience, and this is what young people also need to feel and experience and know and trust, that they are given autonomy, that they get to decide. And this is also completely part of the work that I do. It's not about me. It's about me being there for him or her. So if you're interested, if this feels relevant to you, if you're young and you would like to have this sort of friendship, then reach out to a parent or a guardian and explore this and get in touch with me. And if you're a parent, it's the same the other way around. And we'll see what happens. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you. Much love.